Hi everyone, my name is Jed Schlackman. I work as a holistic counselor and spiritual energy healer. For this video, I'd like to speak about the topic of stress. This is a topic I've covered in different ways at different times. And in this video, I want to speak about our stress reactions and responses and how those kind of correlate with the way we are either stagnant in our life or constricted, or we're maturing and expanding. So stress is just a part of life. We're not going to go through life and never feel that there's some kind of stress occurring. Stress really just means kind of a pressure or resistance that's occurring. So whatever you're encountering, is it creating some type of tension within you, some type of pressure? Is it something that you feel overwhelmed by, or is it something that you feel stimulated by? If our life was just very simple and easy and no challenges, then we'd actually probably want to look for things that are more stressful or challenging. We might get bored with just being stagnant, with everything staying the same. It's actually some form of stress that pushes us to grow, to expand our skills, to gain more knowledge or wisdom. So stress is not inherently good or bad. It's just our interaction with our experience. It's how we're processing whatever's occurring in our life. And it can be in some ways useful or beneficial. You can think of the example or analogy of bodybuilding, where if we want to build muscle and grow our body, we need to actually exercise those muscles. And typically it would be done in a manner where you're gradually increasing the stress. So no exercise at all means there's absolutely no pressure or stress on those muscles, and there's no stimulus or catalyst for them to get bigger or stronger, so they'll just be stagnant, they'll remain kind of weak. But as we start to add some pressure, some resistance, or some form of movement that's needed there, then those muscles will respond by starting to grow bigger, to get stronger. And this happens in a similar way with other aspects of life. So if we kind of flex our psychological or emotional muscle, then we build skills and strength in those areas. So this isn't just for your physical body's development or maturation. It's also emotional, mental, and spiritual. If we go through life and we have some distressing experiences that affect us emotionally, sometimes we do constrict ourselves. We might feel overwhelmed with those emotions. If it's something very sudden, very shocking, very intense, our initial reaction may be to withdraw, to kind of close in and constrict, to protect ourselves, to avoid dealing with things in our environment, maybe isolating from other people so you're not having the stress of those relationships or interactions. So that's something that could happen where the stress is too intense or too overwhelming for us. We do end up constricting, and if we constrict for too long, we become stagnant. We're not really moving forward or growing in our life. So we can be aware of how we're reacting and responding to stress, noticing if we've become stuck in a constricted pattern after certain stressful experiences or ongoing stress that may be occurring. And we can also notice the ways in which we've actually matured, the ways in which we've expanded ourselves. We've built some type of strength or resilience after we've had a stressful experience. This is something that we can all aim for, to really increase our resilience, to actually build strength physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically. Really, the more energy and the more skills and resources we have within ourselves, the more that we can handle of what's coming at us in our life. So we want to build up that strength, that ability to respond to life, rather than getting closed in or stagnant or avoiding life. You just want to be aware that when there's too much or too intense of stress that happens to you at one time, it's natural to start to close in to protect yourself. And you don't want to remain in that state for too long. It may be useful and necessary for a certain period of time, so you can kind of reset and refresh yourself, so you can reclaim your energy. But if that's going on too long, you might need to do some additional work in healing from whatever trauma or stress you experienced. So releasing the root or origin of this pattern of constriction that you may have become stuck in. So this is something we can all kind of take an inventory of in our life, looking at major stresses, or looking at patterns of ongoing stress and how we might have reacted or adapted or responded to those, and considering whether we're at a point in our path or journey where we're kind of oriented or polarized toward constriction, versus in a phase where we're actually growing and expanding, becoming more mature, more empowered, or more confident in dealing with whatever challenges may exist or appear in our life. For those of you that are exploring your health and well-being, your personal growth or spiritual development, there are additional resources on my website at phinsights.com. That's PHINSIGHTS.com. For now, I would like to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.